I've said it once and I'll say it again. Gege Akutami is a genius. You may not like it, you may even hate it, but you can't tell me you can't appreciate it. Cause his writing is almost flawless. Yes, it's me again, back to some more Gege glazing. People love to talk about foreshadow this, foreshadow that, but let's talk about hindsight writing. Gege's gift. Hindsight writing can be seen as a retcon in most cases, a tool of the weak storyteller to dig themselves out of a hole that they created. But a Gege's hand is a piece of art. For example, the biggest piece, like the 1 month time skip before Gojo versus Sukuna. Many were upset by this decision, but in hindsight, this is a powerful tool that Gege can pull out his back pocket anytime something can come up. Somewhat close to how in One Piece, after the 2-year time skip, anytime Luffy showed a brand new aspect of his abilities, they always go back to the 2-year training arc that Luffy did that we never saw. And this is Gege's tool. In every dire situation has had consistency and contingency in place because of this 1 month time skip. Almost like a Schrodinger's cat. It's no longer an asshole if it can be explained, right? From how Toto's reemerges back onto the scene to Nobara. I, for one, was very shocked by this at first, but then I remember about the Toto and Maybin conversation that they had before this, and I'm like, it makes sense too. You may hate it, you may not like it, but you can't tell me you can't appreciate it. People hate death fake out. And rightfully so, because it's almost always executed poorly, though mainly in extreme situations, like one with Pale from One Piece. Only to then later reappear completely unscathed, or like the time when Pain decided to redecorate the Leaf Village.
And now, almighty push!
When that chapter came out, I was Smeckledorf and thought someone had body snatched Gege, or Gege was just too burnt out. But it's only after I calmed down, let the dust settle, did I finally see the rainbow. Gege was still cooking, and especially so when it was just announced that only 5 chapters are left. We all knew it was ending this year, but to only be announced soon after there's only 5 chapters remaining is like, damn. Every chapter from these 5, every chapter, every page, and every panel is going to be analyzed, criticized, and scrutinized. Like Sukuna's ending, which I think is a great ending for such a great villain that has run a astronomical battle of gauntlets. The gauntlet that we haven't seen before done so well. Compared to Madara, Aizen, the greats. This gauntlet actually showcased how he has been called the strongest and is remained the strongest. And we can finally close the door on Ryomen Sukuna. But is this the end? We still have 3 more chapters. But it is a good end for his character arc. His story. There is no need for a backstory because he himself doesn't need one. His battles tell the story. But I feel bad if he was a Hakari Glazer or Urami Stan. I mean, Hakari was always going to be a sandbag. That was always the plan. But yeah, I got nothing to say about that. I still believe this chapter was amazing. This entire gauntlet, Shinjuku Showdown with the entirety of Culling Games, which I thought Culling Game wasn't as good as Shibuya Incident, because Shinjuku Showdown came out, but Shinjuku Showdown is in the Culling Games, so it still counts, and this Culling Game is phenomenal, and we still have 3 more chapters, and I'm wondering how Gege is going to close the books on many of these plot lines. Cursed energy being known to most of the world, like the US, how the Culling Game is going to be truly closed or closed at all, and how Yuta is going to resolve his issues, or if there are still many reincarnated or incarnated sorcerers left. And these are the questions I'm hoping for the next 3 chapters to be answered.